South African journalists and activists gathering in Auckland Park this evening to mark the killing of Palestinian journalists in Gaza. It comes after a team of Al Jazeera reporters were killed in a media tent by Israeli fire on Sunday. The network saying it's part of an Israeli targeted campaign against reporters, while Tel Aviv has accused Anas al-Sharif, one of the Al Jazeera correspondents in that tent, of having been a member of the armed group Hamas, which carried out the attacks on Israel on October 7th, 2023. Let's get you an update now. Bring in SABC News reporter Patricia, who's attending that vigil in solidarity with journalists in Gaza. Patricia, so when you look at some of the outrage and condemnation of the killing of Anas al-Sharif and his colleagues, for example, the Committee to Protect Journalists said that it was appalled by Israel killing these journalists on Sunday night. What are local reporters saying where you are?
Well, thank you so much. Local reporters basically saying that this is an onslaught on all of us. An injury to one is an injury to all. And hence you're seeing reporters, video journalists from various, of course, media houses who have come together standing in solidarity. We saw earlier many of them paying tribute outside the offices of Al Jazeera, where, of course, many of them, just pour out their heartfelt feelings, saying that this injustice need to stop. Enough is enough. Now, we're at the second venue where, of course, a video will be shown to just cement the message that many of the media workers are trying to drive to stop this onslaught, the impunity that we know has been going on for years. And I just want to bring in Dashni here from the Journalists Against Apartheid. If you can just tell us about the video that some of our colleagues are already watching upstairs. You can see some of them have participated in the walk with candles and, of course, chanting, those slogans. They walked from the Al Jazeera offices to here. But tell us about the significance of where we are now.
I think the first thing we need to note is that this is an unprecedented move. Journalists don't march. We don't hold protests. We actually cover the protests. And I'm sure I don't know if your viewers saw, but there was a lot of journalists on the other side, on one side where they're actually looking at us. But for a change, this time we saw a lot of journalists on the side of the protest, and that is it's quite a significant move at the moment. Today we're going to be showing a documentary. It's about journalists in Gaza. One of the slain journalists from Al Jazeera is in this documentary specifically, but this documentary also is interesting in that it really changes the way in which we collect information. Doing a documentary in a place where we actually can't collect information, we're not allowed to go there, we can't get any footage. This is really a different way of doing it, and so we're hoping that this will also help young journalists just to understand how journalism is changing now in the moment of an active genocide.
Also, the numbers are quite disturbing. More than 270 journalists who have, paid the ultimate price in this ongoing conflict. It really paints a grim picture of the danger, the risk that reporters, video journalists, just media workers, in general are facing.
At the vigil, we also highlighted, since October 2023, more journalists have died than in any of the wars combined. This includes World War I, World War II, it includes Vietnam, every war that we have heard of, all the journalists combined. There's been more journalists dead now in the last 22 months. And that should actually make people feel really, really afraid because there's a lot happening.
All right, thank you so much. Of course, you've heard the onslaught that continues, and journalists just saying that it's time to stand together. It's time to show stronger solidarity as this cannot continue.